It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay, this is Defender on the GBA. Now, I have played Defender on many different systems, and I'm aware that there are different takes on the what is this? On the game. So how is this? I'm imagining this is not going to be Defender as I know it. The hell? Okay. How do I fire? Can I pick this guy up? No. What? What? Oops, I shot my humanoid. I guess these red ones are mutants, perhaps? I don't really know. I don't know who did this. That's weird. This has none of the inertia of the arcade original. Oh, okay. Try again. Do you know what? I don't really want to, but I guess I will. I don't appear able to. Oh, I can. Co-op. No, we don't have that. Classic. Oh, well, we'll have a go at that. I love original, proper, classic Defender, and after what I just played, honestly, oh, that's just the best. Oh, okay. That, no. This needs to be on a proper GBA, because the control layout is no good on the retro specs. I can't do it on this. Yeah, okay. What's that? So, is this going to be like original arcade Defender but with new graphics? I don't know. Look at the map, Steve. Well, this is more like it, in that it plays more like Defender. You've got a bigger play area. I like how the humanoids are walking up the landscape. And it's got the inertia that you expect on Defender. Oh God. Yeah. But in all honesty, it's really kind of ugly. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to play any more of that either. Whatever that first mode I played was, it was kind of rubbish. Really, it had none of what makes Defender because it lacked the inertia. This has the proper inertia and sort of the concept is right. They've just updated the graphics, but I don't like the way it looks. Original Defender on here, I think it would probably be fine on a normal GBA. Playing it on the retrospect, it is fairly impossible because the button layout is wrong. It's about all I can say about it, really. I would not recommend it, in all honesty. I mean, if you wanted to play original Defender on a GBA, I would say go for the Williams Arcade Collection, because you get other great games like Robotron on there. These updated versions, honestly, I do not like. Do not like at all. Would not play. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. Hello, today's question for Q&A is from Ashley. Link to his or her channel down there. Can't tell, Ashley could be male or female, so one of those. For Q&A, since it's getting near Christmas yet again, shows how long the delay is between asking a question and me answering it. I wonder, what are the best Christmas gifts you had as a child? Not including video games. Perhaps things like Action Man or Big Trak. You're 5 years older than me, so I would be interested to know what children's toys were like in the olden days. When I were a lad. Okay. Best Christmas presents other than video games. The first one that comes to mind. Bear in mind, we were poor, especially in the 70s. God, I remember the 70s. I was about 5 or 6. I definitely wasn't 7. It was a go-kart, kind of. Pedal cart, not the kind you sit on, you made it out of planks of wood and pram wheels and your mate pushes you down the hill, but the sort, it was a metal chassis with pedals. Only years later did I find out what it actually was the chassis from a much more fancy kind of pedal cart thing, like it would have had a plastic bodywork shaped like a car or something like that, a proper thing bought in a shop or supermarket or something like that. Obviously the bodywork had been trashed and the chassis had been thrown in a skip, and my dad fished it out of the skip and painted it up and put like a board on the front and painted my name on it. And it being the 70s, you kind of made do with junk. And if you were a 5-year-old, you didn't even realise it was junk. And I remember my mum like being really uncomfortable about my dad giving me a piece of junk as a Christmas present. But you know what? I loved it. I didn't know that it came out of a skip. I didn't care. It was like here was this bright red go-kart. I could go places and not have to walk, and it had my name on it, so that made it really cool. Yeah, my thinking was limited, my understanding of the world was limited. I didn't care, I was happy and I loved it. I'm glad that I remember it that way. If I look at it without nostalgia, I just think, you cheap bastard, about my dad. But there you go. Other presents? I mean, there weren't any cool presents back then. We just didn't have them in my family. It was, you know, we just about got by. But another one that I remember that I thought was really cool, and I still think it was a good present, was a chess set. And it was a proper one. It wasn't fished out of a skip. I'm trying to remember who it was made by and I can't remember. But I just remember it had this really nice smell. I don't know if I think it was maybe the plastic of the pieces. But they had like red felt bottoms on them, which were cool because you could just slide them across the board, and I don't know, it was cool. I liked it a lot, and I learned to play chess at quite an early age. I was certainly still, was I in primary school or was I in the infant school when I learned? I was very young. I wouldn't say I'm good at chess, not especially good. I haven't really played it for years. I remember the last time I played, and it was probably about 8 or 10 years ago, with Andrea. We were at a hotel in Milton Keynes, and they, in one of the, like, it wasn't a bar area, it wasn't really a restaurant area either, it was just like a communal sitting area. They had a chess set there, so she played and I played, so we got the chess set out and we sat and played chess with each other, and we got an audience, which I found completely bizarre, but it just seems like people don't play chess anymore. Maybe they just don't play chess in Milton Keynes, I don't know, but we were just sitting there. I mean, there was nothing fancy about the game we were playing. None of your fancy tactics and strategies and historic moves or anything. You know, just playing. I probably only play 2 or 3 moves ahead at any one time. I just can't hold that. My working memory is not great. So, I won. Which pleased me. But, you know, if I play anyone who's actually knows any of the fancy moves, they'll get me every time. I don't see them coming. And I played chess tournaments in school, and I was usually out by my 2nd or 3rd go, because it only took one, like, proper known move, and I was toast. Other Christmas presents? I mean, the ones that stick in my memory actually are gaming related, so trying to think of ones that aren't. I had this, oh god, when I think about it, I was too old for this thing at the time. I was 13 and I was given a Galaxy gun, it was called. It's a plastic toy gun with a dial on it that let you select different sound effects on it, and it had a lighting up bulb thing at the front of it, and I really only wanted it because my mate down the road had got one. He'd had one for his birthday, so I wanted one for Christmas. And in retrospect, I think there are other things I could have had that were better. Yeah, I was competitive, and if he had something cool, I wanted something like that. But I liked it. It was kind of fun. We'd just run around in the street or around our houses shooting each other and stuff. I've actually looked for that particular gun on eBay in recent years, because I kind of like to collect the toys that I had when I was a kid. That's a thing. Duh, why am I not remembering that? These, the Mattel Zowies, I got given a set of these in 1972, I think it was. Yeah. These, another example of my dad being a cheapskate. These were given away free with petrol at Shell garages, one of them, Shell or BP or something. If you spent a certain amount on petrol, they would give you a free set. So I got a set, my brother got a set. I've since started trying to collect the full 2 sets. I've got all bar one of these. I've shown them in a previous video. Yeah. And they're cool. I like them. I think actually they were just a stocking filler. They weren't a significant present that year. I think they were in our... And when I say stocking, I mean one of my dad's socks. Oh, God. Nostalgia. 70s. The 70s were really... I remember them fondly because I was a kid and I didn't realise at that time just how shit the world was, particularly in this country. Things had gone to hell in the way that they're kind of going to hell now, really. It all feels very familiar right now, the way the world has gone. We have gone back to the 70s. Except technology is cool, so it's not the same. Yeah, I can't... I did get an Action Man one year. This was the year I learned, do not peek at your presents. Because I found out where my mother had hidden the presents. And like a fool, I peeked and found that I had got exactly what I had asked for, which was an Action Man. Because that was the way Christmas worked. You would ask for things, you know, you'd be asked, what would you like for Christmas? And you'd say this, or this, or this. And the thing that I really wanted was an Action Man. And I found I had got an Action Man. And I found this out like 2 weeks before Christmas. So for 2 weeks, there I am knowing exactly what I've got. And it's like comes to Christmas Day, and I have got to pretend to be really thrilled and excited and surprised when it really wasn't a surprise at all. And it was really hard to appear... I say it was really hard to appear surprised. That was kind of a... It was a learning thing. That 2 things came out of that. One was I learned, don't peek at your presents. It spoils the surprise. The other thing I learned was a skill where you are able to appear absolutely thrilled with whatever present you're given. As it was, I was pleased with it, but I was faking the surprise, and I can now appear absolutely thrilled with the present. Doesn't matter if I think it's a pile of shit. The person who's given it to me will never know I think it's a pile of shit. And that makes them happy, and that makes me happy. So that was a useful skill I learned. But the main thing, don't peek at your presents. I did like me Action Man. I played with that for years, and I got assorted different things to go with it. I had a jet plane which wasn't an official Action Man plane. It was like a cheap budget thing from the local newsagent, and Action Man would fit in it, but the cockpit canopy wouldn't fit on while he was in it. So whenever Action Man was flying in his jet plane, he had a really good wind blast hitting him in the face because he got no canopy. But I also got a Scorpion tank, and that was just the coolest. That was bloody awesome because it was proper. It was an Action Man thing, and it was a tank. And Scorpion tanks were kind of cool in that they were fast. They were also an absolute death trap if you took a hit, because the armour, for the sake of lightness, was made of aluminium, which was great, and it would stop small arms fire, but if you got hit by anything bigger, you were dead. I don't know if the scimitar things they have these days, they look very similar to a Scorpion. They look like a Scorpion, but with a smaller gun. I suppose it's more rapid fire or something. I don't know, I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, okay. I can't think of anything else. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So anyway, if anyone else has got any questions they'd like answering in a video like this, leave your question in the comments below. Begin your question with 4 Q&A, so I know not to just answer it in the comments. I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you for watching.
It says here Benway offers his tanks to those who subscribe to his Patreon account thing. Is that what he needs?